I'm a pain consultant by background, and often what I see is patients who have been through really stressful times for a number of years or had stressful events in their life. And what's happened is they've not been dealt with appropriately, and subsequently this builds up in their system. So those stress levels go up, and they might not even know that stress is actually occurring. And I see them 4 or 5 years down the line, and at this point they've developed a number of chronic diseases. So there may be things that they can actually measure, like your heart rate or your blood pressure is elevated. There may be other physical manifestations of it, such as chronic pain, so pain in the back, or headaches, or bowel issues, or they may have been diagnosed with, or they would have had a number of investigations, most of them proving negative. And what I've seen of this cohort of people is that you can often see that they've had a stressful life by definition. And if you ask them, how do you relax? Actually, that's a really difficult question for them to answer. And I've often thought, how do I teach people to relax? And it sounds a really strange concept, but people know how to stress. It's innate. It's your sympathetic system that kicks off. But actually, how do you increase your parasympathetic system? And the parasympathetic system of your body is tonal, and by that I mean it calms down the sympathetic system, which is to do with stress. And the way of doing that is by breathing. Actually, there's a nerve called the vagus nerve, and that goes from your brain down to your diaphragm, and your diaphragm controls your breathing as you breathe in and out. And actually, by increasing the work of that, increases your parasympathetic tone, and that actually ends up with you being calmer. And what I'd really like is for people to not discover this 5 years down the line when they've got chronic pain, but actually maybe there's a way of picking this up before they're even noticed they've got stress, so they don't hit that point of getting high blood pressure or increased heart rate or feeling that stress. They're able to react to it immediately and solve those long-term problems. So that's my vision for MindSpire, really.